Welcome to this video, and I'm going to review and talk about Rick-Nagel ultralight scope mounts, but this time about Cantilever scope mounts. As you probably know, Rick-Nagel is, I think, and I hope I'm not wrong, the biggest manufacturer of scope mounts in Germany at the moment. We know that Ernest Appel from Würzburg went through restructuring lately, and I think that Inamount and MIK or MAK, they're not on the same level of size as ERA-TAC or Rick-Nagel, which is the owner of ERA-TAC. And honestly speaking, their company is 150 years old. So this is not a shock that they are so big. They did move after the Second World War from the East Germany to Bavaria to the West Germany. And in 2010, they formed the brand ERA-TAC. So tactical mounts made by Rick-Nagel. They produce mostly mounts for the military, but as you know, the civil tactical market is booming. So they went into civil market as well, and they did thought about the whole market of AR rifles which need cantilever mounts, and they produced ultralight mounts for them as well. They are around 50% lighter than their standard mounts. Normally they are a lot cheaper, and honestly speaking, these are more meant for the sport shooters, even though if you go to the ERA-TAC webpage, they do claim that they tested these mounts with 50 BMG. So they work also on really hard recoil. But honestly speaking, you're buying this mount to mount it on your AR-15 style rifle in 223 caliber, 5.56, so standard NATO caliber, and recoil is not really a question. But still, what does ultralight offers that others don't? So the first thing is there is abundance of this type of mounts on the market. All American brands of optics, they also market this type of mounts together with their scopes. The difference is that all of those mounts are made in China. It's hard to know from what kind of material and so on. They're really affordable. They also work in most cases, but still, if you are more into a high quality solutions, then ultralight is a better option for you, because this is 100% made in Germany, everything. The material is a high quality aluminum alloy. I think it's 7075 T6, but I'm not sure. But I am sure that they are made of really high quality material, and they are maybe, let's say, 80 euros more expensive than the Chinese options. And in the grand scheme of things, 80 euros is maybe one trip to the shooting range. Not even one. It's maybe half of a trip to a shooting range. And you can have a mount that you can be 100% sure it will never fail. So if you look at the mounts themselves, they're really nicely made. You see fit and finish is much better than all the competing Asian products and so on. Really nicely designed. You see that all the rough edges were taken off and so on. Really great product. You also see that they have written on the torque values for the screws. So these base screws have written a torque value of 7 to 8 Newton meters. The torque value for the top rings is 2 to 2.4. I would say 2.3 is ideal for these 4 screws. And what's also great with ERA-TAC, that they offer really a lot of options with these mounts. So you're able to buy these mounts with a diameter of 1 inch, 30 millimeters, and 34 millimeters. So all the options. And then on top of that, you're able to buy either 0 MOA or 20 MOA mounts. I think one of this is even 20 MOA. I have to check which one. This one it is. This one is, and you see it even has a marking of 20 MOA. And each mount comes with a code which talks what kind of mount it is. So T3 is ultralight, 0, it's a standard 0, then 2 means 2 inch of forward cantilever. That means 56 millimeters approximately. 4 means it's a 34 millimeter scope tube. 20 means 20 MOA. And 20 means that BH height is 20. So it's 20 millimeters from the top of the Picatinny to the bottom of the scope. So they even have a really clear and precise codes that describe all their mounts. So a lot of options. So you can have 3 different diameters and 2 different inclinations. And the height, it's really interesting because, you know, with other ERA-TAC mounts, you can always choose the height. Here it's not the case. I think that 1 inch comes in 22 millimeters height, 30 millimeters comes in, I think 1 inch comes in 23 or 24 millimeters height, while 30 millimeter rings come with 22 millimeters height, and 34 millimeter rings come with 20 millimeters of build height, or BH, Bauhöhe in German. So a lot of variety of different options. This is something, again, completely different to Chinese products, which you only have basically one model in most cases. Okay, I think I can do a short summary. I didn't speak about all the design cues to make this mount lighter. There's holes everywhere and they took off material everywhere it's possible. They still retained 2 recoil stoppers, 5 millimeter thick, so they go nicely into the slots on the Picatinny rail. Okay, and a summary. What's here to like and what is here not to like. I will start with the dislikes. So the price, I think the price is fair, even though still 220 euros for a cantilever mount for AR rifle is quite a lot, especially for this ultralight model. We are not speaking about their 380 euros option of a full-size standard tactical mount. But still, this goes directly into the category of those mounts which are roughly 120, 140 euros. Have in that price range, but normally they are made in Asia. These are approximately 100 euros or 80 euros more expensive and are made in Germany. So this is one dislike. Apart from that, honestly, it's really hard to find anything else that would be here not to like. They're really, really light. So if we go to the likes, they're really extremely light. They're really nicely made. The design it's great. It's much better than all competing products from Asia. They're definitely reliable, and a famous brand, 150 years old company stands behind them, so you can be sure that they will not fail you. I also like the packing. I like the options that you're able to have 20 MOA, 0 MOA, all different diameters and so on, so that you have these options on the table which you're able to choose. Okay, I think I went through the dislikes and likes. There are many more likes than dislikes. And someone who bought an expensive AR rifle, who bought an expensive scope, let's say you're buying a Cal SK18, this is the mount to go for it, because then you have the whole setup in the same quality range. Because it's funny sometimes to pay, let's say, 3,000 euros for an AR rifle or more, then you pay 2,000 euros for a scope, and then you pay 120 euros for a Chinese mount. It's much better to choose a German high-quality mount made by ERA-TAC in this case. So thank you for watching. If you have any additional questions, use the comments below. If you have any kind of video requests, or if you have a suggestion what we should change or what should we do differently with our reviews, also please use the comments or send us an email. See you in the next video.